big topic when it comes to NIO, something that NIO is known for: battery swapping. So it's a significant trend in China that's reshaping not just the national industry, but the global industry when it comes to electric vehicle. By 2025, the battery swapping industry is expected to exceed a whopping 200 billion yuan. And this isn't just a futuristic concept or a gimmick, it's happening now. Energy vehicle adoption is already hitting 51.1% as of 2024. NIO, as we know, has been a pioneer in this space. They've deployed 2,480 battery swapping stations and 23,009 charging piles all across China. This is a game changer for EV adoption, and as Li Hao Cheng, director of automotive research at EO, puts it, these swap stations could very well become cash cows for NIO.
If you want to be a part of the conversation before it happens here on YouTube, click that link in the description to join the free Courtside Financial Discord.
What's going on, everyone? My name's Obi, and welcome back to the Courtside Financial Podcast, where we talk about business and technology. I'm your host, Obi, and in today's episode, we're going to be talking about some new developments in the Chinese market, which are going to be increasing insurance premiums for gasoline vehicles and a push for transparency when it comes to the battery supply chain in China. We're also going to be talking about battery swapping. So this is going to be a super interesting episode. We're obviously going to tie everything back to NIO, what it means for NIO, because I am a NIO fan, investor, and enthusiast. That doesn't mean that you have to do your own research and come to your own conclusions. But yes, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell icon, and leave a comment down below. Your engagement really does go a long way in helping out the channel, helping us to continue growing and to reach a broader audience. So greatly appreciated there. Without further ado, let's get into today's episode. Lately, we've seen a surge in China when it comes to premiums for gasoline vehicles. This has left many car owners in China scratching their heads, especially those who haven't been involved in accidents or made any claims to their insurance company. Imagine going a whole year without a single incident only to find out that your insurance has still increased, sometimes by as much as 1,000 yuan or more. That's exactly what's happening, and it's a trend that seems to be affecting many drivers across the entire country. Now, why is this important for us as NIO investors? Well, it turns out this is part of a bigger strategy for insurance companies to offset their electric vehicle losses when it comes to companies, when it comes to new energy vehicle insurance. And yes, that's talking about companies like NIO. The insurance industry is pretty much in a tough spot. Claims for electric vehicles are typically higher than their gasoline counterpart. So what are companies doing? They're trying to balance their books by increasing premiums on gasoline vehicles. This cross-stabilization effort allows them to cover costs from electric vehicle claims, which are still seen as a high-risk category due to the cost of repairs being so much more expensive and the relatively new technology that's involved with electric vehicles. But here's the silver lining for NIO. As insurance companies refine their pricing strategies and more data becomes available, the cost gap between insuring gasoline vehicles and electric vehicles might start to narrow. If NIO can continue to build a reputation around safety and reliability, it could become an even more attractive option for consumers and make them switch to electric. Let's not even forget that NIO's own insurance products are tailored specifically for their vehicles, which could provide a potentially lower cost compared to traditional insurance companies. So if NIO can leverage their insurance unit to their advantage, it might just be some more wind in their sails as they continue to grow and innovate throughout the EV industry. Now shifting gears to another hot topic: transparency in the EV battery supply chain. Recently, a fire in South Korea involving a Mercedes E-Series electric vehicle. I'm not sure exactly which one off the top of my head. Can go back and check later. Sparked a lot of concern about the safety of Mercedes-Benz electric vehicles, but also the lack of transparency in regards to who's supplying the batteries for these vehicles. So this incident pushed the South Korea government to suggest that automakers should voluntarily disclose who's making their batteries. In response, major brands like Hyundai, Kia, and BMW have all started to do so. This is a significant move which could set a precedent for the global EV industry, including America, China, Canada, Europe. For NIO, this push for transparency could be a double-edged sword. On one hand, if NIO's battery suppliers like CATL are recognized for their quality and safety, this transparency could boost consumer confidence and drive more sales. On the other hand, if issues arise with a supplier like CATL, NIO could face some of the scrutiny. After all, that's what's going in their vehicle, especially in markets outside of China, where brand reputation is going to be very crucial for NIO, and obviously in China as well, but more so when you're going when NIOs are export. Here's where NIO has an opportunity to differentiate itself. NIO has always positioned itself as a premium brand with a focus on quality, luxury, customer experience, and satisfaction. By proactively disclosing their battery suppliers and making sure that they meet the standard, NIO can further solidify its reputation. This could become increasingly important as consumers begin to become more informed and scrutinize battery origination and the safety of the batteries when making purchasing decisions. This transparency might lead to a more rigorous standard across the entire industry as a whole, pushing all players, including NIO, to make sure that their battery supply chains are not just safe but also ethical. This could involve everything from environmental practices and labor. NIO, which has the ambitions of becoming a global leader in the EV space, adhering to these standards isn't just a necessity. It's a brand building opportunity. So what does this mean for NIO? In both cases, rising gasoline vehicle premiums and the push for more transparency when it comes to battery supply is something that both things could benefit NIO if they play their cards right. The increasing cost of gasoline insurance could push consumers to electric vehicles, especially if NIO can offer competitive insurance products that pertain to their vehicles specifically. And with the increased push for transparency in the battery supply chain part of things, NIO could use this as an opportunity to prove themselves once again why they're a leader in quality and safety. As always, it's a dynamic landscape, and how NIO adapts or navigates these situations is going to be crucial for their survival and for their success. Now, I want to switch gears to our last topic of the day. Big topic when it comes to NIO, something that NIO is known for: battery swapping. So it's a significant trend in China that's reshaping not just the national industry, but the global industry when it comes to electric vehicle. By 2025, the battery swapping industry is expected to exceed a whopping 200 billion yuan. And this isn't just a futuristic concept or a gimmick, it's happening now. Energy vehicle adoption is already hitting 51.1% as of 2024. NIO, as we know, has been a pioneer in this space. They've deployed 2,480 battery swapping stations and 23,009 charging piles all across China. And get this, their battery swapping services have been used 51 million times by 550,000 users. They're not just numbers, they represent a fundamental shift in how we think about battery replenishment when it comes to electric vehicles. Now let's talk strategy. NIO's not just building out more swap stations. It's about integrating into the very fabric of China's energy infrastructure. Traditional oil giants like China Petroleum and Sinopec are investing heavily into this space, recognizing the future potential of battery swapping. NIO plans to expand its battery swapping services to all counties by 2026. This isn't just aggressive growth, it's a statement of intent. But why is battery swapping so crucial? Well, Vice Minister of the Ministry of Technology summarized the key points. These include reducing car purchase costs, increasing travel convenience, improving battery safety, and even managing grid loads more effectively. It's a holistic approach that addresses multiple pain points in the EV ecosystem. Founder and CEO of NIO, William Lee or Lee Bin, even went on to say to express how confident he is in the battery swapping model. He thinks that once the number of EVs on the road increase and the infrastructure network is further built out, it'll certainly be a profitable business. In fact, nearly 20% of NIO's battery swapping stations are already showing profitable statements. But the benefits don't stop there. Battery swapping plays a crucial role in peak shaving and frequency regulation for the power grid. NIO's battery swapping stations have reduced peak load by over 300 million kilowatt hours, demonstrating the potential of these stations to not only serve EV owners, but also support the broader energy infrastructure. Let's not even forget about the consumer perspective. NIO's model has helped effectively eliminate range anxiety by offering a fueling experience that's on par with gasoline vehicle. This is a game changer for EV adoption, and as Li Hao Cheng, Director of Automotive Research at EO, puts it, these swap stations could very well become cash cows for NIO. So what does it all mean for NIO and its investors? It means that NIO's not just building cars, they're building an entire ecosystem that has the potential to be revolutionary and highly profitable. As the market continues to grow, the scalability of this model will only enhance its profitability, making NIO a compelling investment. Anyways, talked a lot today, but that's all for this episode of the Courtside Financial Podcast. Make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Definitely leave a comment down below. I want to know what you guys think. Click the notification bell icon. And hit subscribe. I might have said that already. I'm kind of tired, but we'll catch you in the next episode. Bye.